Set 5 of your vocabulary study deals with two roots, ped and manu, and a prefix, ab. Your forget-me-not for set 5 is that studying and understanding vocabulary can in turn help you understand the world. You can read more, you can write more, you can discuss more topics when you have the vocabulary to do so. Be a part of your world, find ways to connect to it. Vocabulary is one of those ways. The first root is ped, which means foot. The first term in set 5 is impediment. Impediment is a noun meaning something that stands in one's way, an obstacle or hindrance. Her lack of confidence was an impediment to her success. In this sentence, impediment is used for a metaphorical obstacle. It's not really physically there. However, impediment can also mean a real obstacle, a real brick wall, a real turn here. That can be an impediment. Our next word is podium. It is a noun that means a platform where one stands to be raised above an audience when conducting music or giving a speech. You may have seen podiums in your classroom even, for where the teacher speaks or where you would speak to give a presentation. Laura Mazel stood at the podium as he conducted the entire orchestra ensemble. The third word, pedestrian, can be used as a noun or as an adjective. When it is a noun, it means a person traveling by foot. I stopped for a pedestrian walking at a crosswalk today. When it is an adjective, pedestrian means relating to something designed for traveling by foot. For instance, a sign on the road or a crosswalk that says people are walking, or relating to traveling or performing on foot. In the past, there were a lot of traveling musicians, so you would call them pedestrian musicians or pedestrian bands. The example sentence is, Lewis designed the pedestrian walkway right there. Next up, we have expedite. It is a verb that means to free a person from struggles. It also means to make faster or to move forward. Access to computers can greatly expedite the research process. It can make it faster. You might have also seen expedite at a UPS or post office. Expedited shipping. We're going to ship it really fast. We're going to make it get there faster. That's a way to remember it, expedite and expedited shipping. Next, we have expedition. It is a noun that means a journey or undertaking completed for a clear purpose. It has to have a reason. A group of people engaged in an activity with purpose, again, have a reason. Or hastiness and promptness when working towards something. I'm going to work really hard to get to my end goal. Again, something with purpose. A small expedition of scientists are going to the North Pole. Obviously, these scientists have a goal, and they are going out as a group to study it. We are already at the second root. The second root is manu, which means hand. To start us off, we have emancipate, a verb that means to set free or release from someone's hands mentally, legally, politically, or emotionally. Alexander II chose to emancipate the serfs of the Russian Empire. That is a legal and political move, and the legal and political definition of emancipate. Next up, manipulate. It is another verb, and it means to handle or control skillfully, often by hand, and to cleverly and/or unfairly influence a person or situation. For instance, someone might say that that person is manipulating you, or you don't want to be friends with someone who is manipulating. The example sentence is, Evelyn could manipulate the strings in such a way that the puppets appeared to be dancing. And that sentence fits with the first part of the definition. The next word is maneuver. Maneuver can be a verb or it can be a noun. When it is a verb, maneuver means to perform military tactics. What is a strategy in the military? Or an example might be, that maneuver will never work. It also means to move skillfully and with a purpose in mind, much like the word manipulate. And finally, it means to carefully guide or manipulate something to gain the desired end result or advantage. The example sentence is, the man maneuvered the grocery cart through the crowded aisle. Maneuver is also a noun, and when it is a noun, it means a single movement or series of movement requiring great skill and care. Parallel parking is, to many, a tricky parking maneuver. Now, mandate is another word that can be both a noun and a verb. When it is a noun, mandate means an official order made by someone in authority, someone with power. The mandate comes from the king himself. When mandate is a verb, it means to require something with authority, to command something. The new statute will mandate district-wide recycling. The last term in this grouping is manual. Like the previous two words, manual can take on two parts of speech. Manual can be used as a noun or an adjective. When it is a noun, manual means a handbook or a set of directions. I regret throwing away the manual because the desk has so many pieces to assemble. I admit, I've done it, I've regretted it. Now, a manual is an adjective. It means relating to or completed using the hands, related to completion by humans as opposed to machinery. Sign language interpreters must have excellent manual dexterity. Last but not least, we have the prefix ab, which means away or from. Absurd will start us off. Absurd is an adjective. It means wildly ridiculous and unreasonable, relating to something that is ridiculously far from common sense. All the children provided was an absurd explanation that any adult could see right through. Abstract is going to be a big one because it can be used as three different parts of speech. It can be an adjective, a noun, or a verb. When it is an adjective, it means existing in thought only. It is apart from reality, apart from what we can see, touch, feel. It only exists in the mind. The abstract concept was hard to grasp without the appropriate background knowledge in physics. Now, when abstract is a noun, it means a summary of an article or book. The abstract was so intriguing that I continued to read the rest of the research article. And finally, when abstract is a verb, it means to consider an idea theoretically in thought, or to consider something apart from a particular example or line of reasoning. So basically saying, what if this information didn't exist? Or what if we didn't think this? Does it open up more possibilities? Chris can easily abstract key ideas from his readings. He can pull out what is important. The next word is abhor. It is a verb that means to turn away from in hatred. If you abhor liars, you should not be a liar yourself. Abrasive can be an adjective and a noun. When it is an adjective, abrasive means capable of polishing or cleaning by scrubbing away, lack of manners, or behaviors that are rude, aggressive, and insensitive to others. The abrasive employees at that office have left many clients feeling unheard. Now, the noun means a substance used for cleaning or polishing. If you use an abrasive that is too strong, it will negatively impact the enamel on your teeth. Following abrasive is the word absolve. Absolve is a verb. It means to publicly declare someone not guilty or responsible for a wrongdoing, to be set free from consequence and blame. The evidence was so thorough that the suspect was absolved of all charges. The study tip for set 5 is to research sentences using the terms. Look up these sentences, read about these sentences. How are the words used? When are they used? Why are they used? It will broaden your understanding of the word itself.